Good afternoon. I'm Shamela Pullen with the Midday News. A special welcome to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands, YouTube and online at onespotmedia.com. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
JTA condemns local government ministers' school shelter statements. OUR advises customers to report utility problems post-Hurricane Melissa. And later in sports, top two teams in Jamaica Premier League won on Sunday.
Now the details. Jamaica's murder rate has declined by 29% up to March 14. This is according to the latest crime statistics published by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, with the country recording single-digit killings last week. The police say the homicide tally now stands at 113. This is compared with 160 murders during the corresponding period last year. Despite the overall reduction, some divisions continue to account for a significant share of the killings so far this year. St. James leads the country with 16 murders, followed by St. Andrews South with 13 and Clarendon with 11. Manchester has recorded 9 murders, while St. Elizabeth and St. Anne each have 7 murders. At the other end of the spectrum, Kingston Central and St. Andrew North remain murder-free since the start of the year. The Jamaica Teachers Association has voiced concern over local government minister Desmond McKenzie's statements on housing persons in shelters and school grounds. The JTA had requested the Ministries of Education and Local Government to relocate these persons within 3 weeks. Mr. McKenzie responded that the JTA cannot issue ultimatums to the government. The JTA says the comments show a worrying disregard for the safety of children and teachers.
Of service. The presence of the shelteries impact conditions of service and working conditions. We maintain, and we have stated it quite clearly, that we need the shelteries to be out of the institutions because it is having a debilitating impact, a negative impact on teaching and learning recovery given the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. So we maintain that they need to be out. This is the 5th month, and let's not lose sight of the fact that it was the Minister of Local Government himself who declared that the shelteries must vacate by December 31st. He has not honored that.
The JTA says Mr. McKenzie's response to the JTA's request was arrogant.
Concerns of the JT and by extension the teachers.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force says the role of ballistic evidence in the sentencing of former Member of Parliament Jolian Silvera signals the competence of local ballistic experts in securing convictions for the innocent. In an interview released by the JCF, head of the ballistics also stressed the importance of crime scene preservation.
A warning to citizens when crime scenes emerge.
A crime scene is like a puzzle, and even the smallest item that is moved in the crime scene can create a challenge in assisting the court in its search for truth. So I am appealing to the public to, when you go to crime scenes, try your best we are collaborators, we are partners to assist the police to preserve the crime scene until the investigators and the experts get there.
Superintendent Miguel Bernard is the head of the JCF's ballistic unit. The department played a key role in turning around the Jolian Silvera case after it was initially reported that his wife Melissa had died of natural causes. He explained that once the pathologist recovered projectiles from the deceased woman's body, the ballistics department got to work. Superintendent Bernard, however, says there were some challenges.
This particular analysis was a difficult one for various reasons. The evidence itself inherently and the type of evidence posed significant challenges. There were some similarities, but also some inconsistencies that could not be readily explain at the time, and that prompted us to look further and to review previous samples and previous test fires that were done in this particular case to assist us to now look at not only the class characteristics but also the individual characteristics, which are the unique identifiers, the unique markings, or we call them tool marks, that are unique to that particular firearm.
Then it was highlighted that Silvera attempted to make alterations to his firearm.
This damage that was seen with the firearm is inconsistent with the natural process over especially over a short period of time.
He further rejected suggestions that JCF was not cooperative when an independent examiner was hired to review the ballistic report.
The challenge with this case in question is that it was being requested that the evidence be reviewed by the independent examiner using our tools, our equipment, and our facility. And the leadership of the Forensic Institute was of the opinion that an independent expert should have his own independent tools, equipment, and facility. Ultimately, we allowed the expert to utilize our instruments.
Julian Silvera was recently sentenced to 20 years and 10 months in prison for the November 10, 2023 killing of his wife Melissa. Chief Justice Brian Sykes, in his summation of the case, noted Silvera's guilty plea to manslaughter was strategic, coming only after ballistics evidence proved the anchor of the prosecution case was insurmountable. Anthony Atkinson, TVJ News.
Vendors and traders at the Constant Spring Arcade in St. Andrew recently had the opportunity to air their concerns. This is during a meeting with the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation after welcoming improvements to the facility.
Improvements are underway at Kingston's Constant Spring Arcade as vendors and traders celebrate the reopening of a refurbished bathroom and ongoing discussions with the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC. But during a recent meeting, they also raised a number of other challenges affecting their day-to-day operations.
It would have been things that we have already discussed with the mayor 2 years back, as he mentioned, and we appreciate the fact that it is now in review, and some of the things that were brought up as issues have been resolved and still is being worked on. Of course, it's a two-way partnership between us and the KSAMC.
Among the challenges, increased competition from newly developed shopping malls.
It is a space that we are trying to see if we can go back into and try to see if we can, make it more, dress it up a little bit more presentable, that customers can regain confidence and come back to us. You understand? And we can also present better services because of the newer development here.
President of the Constant Spring Market, Carleen Spencer, has also welcomed the fee increase by the KSAMC, noting that the funds will help to maintain the facility, especially as some vendors have not been doing their part to uphold the space.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we have to welcome changes. Can't stay on level one all the days of your life. We need changes. Increase, trust me, people will do better to pay their bills. And the vendors, them just need to pay them bill weekly. Just pay.
Aliyah Bryant, TVJ News.